I just don't feel like college material.
That's just too big of a commitment.
We've all been there. Standing at the base of a mountain of concerns.
I'm afraid that my college days have long passed.
Where the justification of college turns into an indecisive crossroad and quality of life becomes a major concern. What if instead of the student adapting to college, college adapted to the student? Imagine a hawk that could lift you up and soar over those obstacles in life, an endearing yet confident companion supporting you throughout your career. I think you get the metaphor. The College of Southern Maryland is here to help you navigate through the journey of higher education. And it all starts by redefining the student. I think we've all heard the phrase, back in my college years. It's a nod to the traditional career path. It's an effective path, but it only works when you draw a clear line of separation between student and professional. The path requires specific timing, a deep focus of efforts, and an expensive tuition. It's not for everyone, because life happens. For some of us, family is a priority. For some of us, joining the workforce is an absolute must. For a lot of us, life simply deals us a unique set of circumstances. But when you begin to blur the lines of the traditional student paradigm, the phrase college years loses all meaning, and that rigid traditional one-way path opens up to an intricate highway of limitless possibilities. Utilizing a robust modular enrollment infrastructure, CSM offers the freedom of choice to students of all walks of life. Simply put, you can have your education your way when you want it.
Today, we will be actually discussing in our agenda instructions and programs, supporting student learning, student experiences, supporting student success and progress, as well as answering any questions that you guys might have at the end. And we'll actually be conducting a poll right now. You guys should see it in your screen. The questions will be, what are you hoping to learn this evening? And how did you hear about the open house? If you guys don't see it on the screen, just put it in the chat and we'll try to relaunch it. We want to get up to about 75%. Okay, thank you. Let's see if it works now. Did you guys see it? Does it work? Okay, good. Okay, good, good, good. Ooh, it looks like a lot of people are saying we're almost half there. We're about 45% done. It's exciting. So it looks like a lot of people, they're hoping, they're not really sure. Maybe everything is really popular right now. And we're about 75% done. So I'm going to end the poll and then share the results with everybody. And so number one, what are you hoping to learn this evening? A lot of people have said, not really sure, maybe everything. And that is great because this open house does encompass a lot of different topics at CSM. How did you learn about this open house? The most popular one so far is high school personnel. So props to the high school guidance counselors for giving that out. And the second one is friend and parent. And so I'm going to stop share results and we're going to move on to the next topic. Oops.
Have you ever had a difficult time picking out a movie? Finding your way through CSM's catalog can feel very much the same. With so many choices, it can become intimidating to find the program that is just right for you. But with guided pathways already in place, CSM advisors take the guesswork out of those tough which courses when decisions, allowing you to pick what you want now. For instance, different paths can share the same structure for that first semester, allowing you to get hands-on experience in a field without being locked into one destination. Stackable credentials make these paths even more flexible, serving as markers that allow you to pause and resume your education between years without losing progress. This is very useful in fields where new transfer agreements appear regularly. When all these programs, credentials, and transfer agreements work together in concert, you have a career path that can adapt to almost anything life throws your way.
The next is guided pathways. Our amazing professor, Shaniza Kazim, will actually be speaking about guided pathways and how that will help our students start at CSM.
Good evening. I am Professor Shaniza Kazim, and I teach first-year seminar classes and early childhood development classes here at the College of Southern Maryland. So what I want to do in the next few minutes is share with you why guided pathways are important to you, the student. So as you saw in the video, they are designed to help you figure out where you want to go. So I know that there are a lot of students on screen right now who aren't even sure what they want to do in college, no less 10 years from now. Is that a fair statement? So Guided Pathways is designed to help you with this process. So what does that mean? That means when you complete your application here at CSM, you kind of start to think about what pathway you want to be on. As you see, we have the Arts and Humanities pathway, the Business and Information Systems, Health, Education and Public Services, STEM, Trades, Transportation, and Energy. There are classes that are similar in that first semester in every pathway. So let's say, for example, you decide that you want to do STEM, but you're not exactly sure what in STEM. The guided pathway is designed to help you select classes that are best for you to meet your end goals, whatever they may be. So when we're looking at the Arts and Humanities pathway, that's all about people that have a flair for people, working with people, interacting with people, a flair for theater, art, creativity, history, and languages. All of those types of degrees fall under our Arts and Humanities pathway. Business and Information Systems. Now, this is more about those of you that are businessly inclined, whether you want to manage a business or even start your own business. Anything in the tech field with information systems, hospitality, all of that falls under our Business and Information Systems pathway. Our Health pathway, now that's about caring for humans and for animals. So this is the pathway for people that might be interested in nursing, a nursing assistant, maybe geriatrics, phlebotomy. Are you thinking about maybe being a farm tech? That's where you find all of the information for the health pathway. Then we have our Education and Public Service pathway, which is my favorite. If you don't remember what I do, it's because of education. This is where you're looking at future teachers or childcare providers, or people in the public services like criminal justice, homeland security, human services, or even fire science. Under our STEM fields, we have a wide variety of careers and professional areas for you. So these are the STEM fields that we really think about, like engineering and science technology, cybersecurity, information technology also falls under STEM. And then we have our trades, transportation, and energy fields. So that's where you're looking at things like that are really lucrative trades right now: construction management, energy systems technology, carpentry, electrical, HVAC, plumbing, welding, and truck driving. When you go onto our website, you're going to see that Pathways is right there on the main page. So you can take the time to click a pathway, explore the different classes, look at different opportunities for careers, and we can help you figure out what pathway you want to be on based on the career that you want in the future. Remember, these pathways aren't about us here at CSM. They're about you, our students, and what your goals are and where you want to end up. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Kazim. The next one is instruction types. This is very important because that's the next step that every student should take, is to kind of understand what instruction types we offer at CSM. The next the next person is Professor Krista Keys.
Hi, everyone. I'm Krista Keyes. I'm an English professor at CSM. And I'm going to go through with you. There's actually 6 slides, so I'll just say next slide when I move on to the next one. So essentially, we've had a lot of different modalities over the years, and with the pandemic happening in the past year, we've actually added more modalities. Going with our return back to campus in the fall, we will introduce. We'll actually have 5 different modalities. So there's 3 listed here, and I'll go through these 3 as well as the additional 2. So the first one is web, and so I know, so part of our vocabulary over the past year, I know everybody knows what asynchronous and synchronous means. So a web is our only entirely asynchronous type of class. So when you sign up for a web class, it means there will be no assigned meeting times. So this is a really popular class for students who have really busy schedules, who have maybe work full time and have families. And so it requires a lot of discipline. These classes are a combination of basically content that you'll find within the My Learning shell that we use, in addition to any sort of sort of depending on your instructor, there might be weekly discussion groups, preset office hours, or maybe your instructor will say, just contact me if you ever want to meet up to have a discussion. And so I'm currently teaching a web class, and I personally use pre-recorded lectures. So I'll record myself giving a lecture on Zoom, and then I will post it. And so it involves a lot, as I said, a lot of discipline, a lot of communication with your professor. If you fall behind, it's really important that you kind of stay on top of things and stay organized. So the next one is RTT. So this is real-time technology. This is a synchronous class that takes place online, but you do have a synchronous schedule. You have a set day and time where you meet with your instructor, and you are in a Zoom classroom setting that I think everyone has experienced to some extent at this point. And so that is synchronous. You will be expected to be in class via Zoom or Teams, in a sort of a virtual classroom setting. The next one is the hybrid class. And so it's a combination of online learning and on-campus learning. So part of the class will be meeting on campus, kind of depending on the schedule, and depending on your teacher. You will meet on campus probably once a week. As I said, it will always vary depending on the schedule and the teacher, but you'll meet on campus once a week, and then the other part of the class, the other instruction time, will take place either in a virtual real-time technology Zoom classroom, or it will be web, which will be, as I described before, just sort of like you working independently. So it's it's a hybrid. It's a combination of both. The next one is the most traditional. It's synchronous. It's a face-to-face class. You will have a set meeting time and place. You will be on one of the 4 campuses, and you will be expected to be in class to participate at that time and place. And that's the most traditional. And we will be back on campus in the fall to an extent, not at full capacity, but there will be classes offered on all of the campuses this fall. And the final one is a brand new one. It's called HighFlex. And so 8 classrooms on the 3 main campuses, so 24 in all. New classrooms have installed new technology where your instructor will hold a class in a physical classroom on campus. And it will be up to you whether you want to physically go to the campus and sit in the classroom and have your face-to-face interaction with your student and your peers, or you can choose to stay home and tune in via the web, there'll be a camera in the classroom, and you'll have the opportunity to join in live from home. And this is a great option for if you are feeling sick and you want to make sure that you don't miss any material, and for a variety of reasons. So it gives you a lot of flexibility. So yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Krista, very much. The next one will be trades and workforce training. These are more for students wanting to get their workforce training, and Latasha Baker will actually be talking about that today.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Latasha Baker. I'm one of the enrollment coordinators for the college, and I will be talking a little bit about our offerings of trades and workforce training. And so these are for students who don't necessarily want to work towards a degree just yet, but they want to get some industry certifications in a certain area. And with our workforce training certificates, we do offer quite a few programs. So as you can see here on the screen, we do have various areas such as business, construction trades, early childhood, healthcare, information technology, and transportation. We do have a few others as well, but the ones on the screen here are our most popular certificate programs. And how these kind of work is the students would just take a couple of classes, maybe 4 or 5 classes at the most. And once they complete the coursework, they would have industry certifications to begin working in an entry-level career field. So students do earn what we call continuing education credits. So they are not officially college credits that you could transfer to another institution. They're mainly just extra continuing education credits that you use for industry. There are flexible learning schedules for this program. And then upon completion, you are ready to work and go right to the workforce. So these are short, about 3 months, 4 months long programs. So it's definitely for students who just want to kind of get those skills to kind of go right to the workforce right away. And then maybe eventually work towards a degree through the college.
The rigors of COVID-19 have been a challenge for us all, but CSM has always been about community. It's literally a community college. With a strong presence of web-based curriculum, coupled with minor enhancements to our real-time tech, the pandemic is becoming less of an institutional challenge with each day. Distance learning has served as a clear reminder that life keeps going after class. Between family, career, and personal interests, education is just one small part of the big picture. Your success is yours, and your situations are as unique as you are. CSM exists to support students in their success by removing barriers and opening doors through a myriad of support services, scholarships, and financial aid. But even before financial aid, the savings you can earn with your first 2 years of enrollment at CSM can certainly add up.
CSM offers a wide variety of support for our students, and one of our main support we offer is financial aid. Chanelle Mcburrows from Financial Aid will actually be discussing the various options that we offer at the college.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chanelle Mcburrows. I am one of the assistant directors here at the College for Financial Aid. So pound for pound, price for price, CSM actually offers a better deal than than the colleges around us. So if you're looking for a better bargain for your buck, especially in these changing as well as times that we have to pivot, CSM is a better cost. If we just look for 1 year alone, CSM is about $6,000, $7,000 when you put in books and everything like that. If you're looking at a public school, such as College Park or Towson, you're paying $22,000 for that very same year with, as Professor Kasim explained before, those are your basic classes, no matter what pathway you decide to go through. And if you decide to go to a private school, such as a George Washington University or Georgetown, 1 year would be about $55,000. So you multiply that by 4, and you're coming out with at least $200,000 at a private and about $100,000 at a state public school. After 2 years at CSM, you're coming out with about $12,000. So price for price, you're actually making money to be able to save money. And for parents, a lot of times we don't look at the things that we can do with that extra money. Those monies that you're saving can actually go into a retirement savings plan or save for when your student goes on to another school. So if they decide to go to a 4-year after completing their associates or certificate at CSM, they can now go to a 4-year school after the associates, and you'll have better money to assist them in their college journey at that point. So, and all students who go to CSM live at home. So that's also a part of the program where it allows the students to understand how college works and be able to now take the best journey for themselves. Next slide. Okay, so completing the FAFSA is very beneficial and everyone should do it, even though you may not qualify for need-based aid. Need-based aid would be things such as the Pell Grant and the SEOG grant, which comes from the FAFSA. Everything that we have on this form right here on this slide starts with the FAFSA. The FAFSA is where you begin. Direct loans also count towards financial aid as well as federal work study. Maryland State Programs, MHEC. You have to have a FAFSA in by March 1st of the preceding year. So for this upcoming fall, the FAFSA had to be in by March 1st in order to be eligible for Maryland State Programs. Those programs include, but are not limited to, the Promise Grant, legislative awards, need-based awards, and also programs for unique populations. So going forward, when the FAFSA opens in October, it would be great if you got those FAFSAs done before the March of the upcoming year. So when they open on October 1st, 2021, please get it in so that you can be considered automatically for Maryland State funds. Also, in order to be eligible for any CSM scholarship finder information or scholarships, we will need the FAFSA information. Those scholarships can be based off of your need. They can be based off of need, merit. They can be also based off of foundation. So a lot of our former employees, as well as businesses in the area, decide that they want to give back to the community, and CSM is a great place that they start. They have these scholarships available for students who meet the criteria that they set, but you have to have a FAFSA first. The priority deadline, again, is for March 1st, as well as meeting for Maryland State funds, and it meets the MHEC deadline. If you have not completed a FAFSA, it's not too late for the upcoming school year. Go ahead and please complete one, and we will have information out to you in 3 to 5 business days after we receive the FAFSA. And if you ever have any questions, please feel free to email us at the finaid@csmd.edu, and you can call us at 301-934-7531. Thank you.
Thank you, Chanelle. Before we move on to the next topic, I just want to inform everyone, we do have closed captioning as an option. It is going to be found down below. You just have to press on the CC button and then click on subtitles. If you want to change any of the size or kind of mess around with it, it is going to be under subtitle settings. Our next presenters will be Nancy and Anne Breen. They'll be our talented academic and career and transfer advisors.
Hi, my name's Nancy and I'm here with Anne Breen, and we're academic and career transfer advisors at the College of Southern Maryland. Our real job here is to help you navigate college, and we meet with students and we help them that are entering CSM and those that are returning to CSM, also students that are transferring into CSM to get their programs set up and navigate through the guided pathway. Academic advisors help you identify your education opportunities consistent with your capabilities and interests. We help you explore career fields, and then we also help you start on that path to meet your education, career, and transfer goals. Next slide. Advisors connect students with resources needed for success in order to help you narrow down your degree focus and begin a real process towards making a good decision for your future education. And advisors get you connected with resources that you need. And you can see those resources on the screen. Career Coach helps you to make some decisions about, what types of focus you want to do. The pathway selection and degree planning, we help you look at that and figure out which pathway you're interested in, and actually under that pathway, what degree or what field under that. We help you when you're ready to transfer to a four-year college or to transition into the workforce. We help you do that. Tutoring, of course, we have a tutoring office, but we get you connected to those resources. Like if you say, hey, I really need tutoring for a math class, we're going to get you connected with a tutor. We will, if you take placement tests, we work with helping you understand those scores through the testing center services. If you need disability support, we can connect you to a disability support service manager. And we also get you connected to veterans and military service support. Basically, we help you navigate college. Next slide. So then in academic advising, we teach our students how to really plan towards meeting their academic goals. Once you've applied to the college and you've met with the admissions team and kind of gotten on board and did your application, then we help you set up an appointment so that we can help you plan classes. And those appointments can either be virtual or on campus. Next slide. We connect our students with career services to help you get a fulfilling career or trade. Sometimes you don't know what you want to major in college. You're a little undecided, and that's perfectly okay. So Career Coach is one of the tools that we have off of our career service page. And a lot of the students, we suggest that the students take Career Coach on the front end of your college experience so that you can look at through this. You see that there, you can take an assessment there, you can browse careers, and you can browse programs. Taking that assessment helps you to really figure out from the assessment looks at your abilities and your interest. And from that gives you some suggested course areas. It gives you some suggested career areas that you can then look more into. This tool also helps you to browse careers. It helps you to browse those programs. There's a myriad of programs and careers on there that you can go through. And you can also build a really great resume off of this tool. Next slide. And Breen's going to talk to you a little bit about transferring.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ambereen Qureshi, and I'm Academic Career and Transfer Advisor here at CSM. Our job is, as Nancy just explained, that we help students decide what classes work best toward their major, motivate them to carry on the passion till they graduate, ready to transfer or entering into workforce. Now, whether you are a recent high school grad, incoming student with many credits from other institute, or an outgoing student aiming toward four-year institute, we help you with academic goals. It is our goal at the College of Southern Maryland that your transfer experience be as seamless as possible. Now, if you see this, our website, we have many resources available. So my tip for you is to think transfer early. As a new student, this is perfect time to begin seriously considering your career plans and then begin researching colleges and university to see if they offer the program that you're interested in. Once you decide the college or university you want to attend, we will partner with you to make sure your enrollment at CSM meets the requirement you will need to transfer to that institution. Now, as you see here, next slide, please. Okay, you want to go to the transfer page.
The transfer page?
Yes, the main. Yeah, as you see here, we have tons of resources available. The universities, let's say if you have few in mind, say Bowie State University, Salisbury University, or more so, you can see here, can you click on the transfer agreement? Yeah, here. So as you see, if you're interested in university, if you know the university you want to transfer into, it's good to scroll down alphabetical order. But if you don't know, let's say you want to continue in engineering and you want to know which university have CSM partnership or the transfer, how they will transfer, then you can just type the career name here, let's say engineering, and it will take you to it narrow down the search and it will bring the name of the, let's say, Frostburg University, Frostake University. Now you can go scroll down and see the engineering program that we are partnered. So this is a great link here that we have, but if you pay attention, this is mainly focused to in-state universities. That doesn't mean that we can't help you if you are interested in out-of-state university. Let's say if you want to come to Florida, FAU, in Atlantic University, Florida Atlantic University, and you want to begin engineering as your career, as your bachelor, and continue to the postgraduate degree. We help you in that way, that we show you the links and get you started. So it's actually two-way process. So first you meet with us, with your advisor, and discuss your goals. And then you partner, you start reaching out to your future institute and get the information about admission deadlines, requirements. So yeah, my advice is whenever you think about transfer, make a tab, make a checklist that what things you are going to do from the point A to point Z. Our goal is to see you succeed. And that's pretty much our job toward transfer, but we do a lot beyond this. If you have to understand how the transcript work, we are here. If you're incoming or outgoing student, we are here to help. Thank you.
Thank you, advising faculty, very much. So once students have actually met with an advisor and registered for classes, they actually have wonderful resources to help them be successful when attending CSM. And tonight we actually have James and Shirley speaking about their experiences utilizing our sports student learning services.
Okay, can I just add one thing before we move forward about transfer? I forgot to mention amazing the transfer fair. So back when we were in our normal remote system, we used to have transfer fair once a month, and those are the amazing resource when everybody come from a different institute and they meet with the student in person. At this moment, we have transfer fair, but it's virtually. You can still take the advantage and take as much information from your future institute. You can be prepared. Thank you so much. I just have a feedback.
Oh, it's okay. Transfer fairs are really, really important.
It's a big resource. Thank you so much.
Thinking about graduating and wanting to transfer. So once again, the support student learning part is our online tutoring resource for students who have already met with an advisor, registered for their classes, and have gotten their books. So James and Shirley will actually be speaking about their experiences utilizing our tutoring.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is James Solkowski. I'm currently a student I'm majoring in computer engineering, and I'd like to just give you like a little bit of a blueprint on how to go about the tutoring. And the probably the best advice I could give you is the best way to stay out of a hole is not to get in it in the first place, and to contact, just break the ice with some of the tutors before you even start, just so it's a familiar face in order to make the best out of your situation, so you don't find yourself in a problem and not feel like there's no way out, because they were a big help for me. I'm constantly in there for math and then engineering, and sometimes it's little questions, sometimes I bother them too much probably, but they're all super nice people and they're always there to help. And I enjoy it. Actually, they definitely get all my questions answered. I've gone back and forth between the Thinking Storm tutor, and it's a little more, it's time consuming, but it's anytime you want. It gets the question answered, but it's more of texting to get the answer across. But if it's a complicated question, and it works because like as soon as you're at a point, you can tell them, you know what I mean, this is where I don't understand it. And that's where the virtual tutor through the school is what I like the best. And the way I started was, it was a meet and greet. I got to meet the tutors, and I've used them all the time ever since. So I definitely encourage you to use the virtual tutoring. But before though, you get into a jam. That's all.
Thank you. Shirley?
Yes, I also use the tutoring, and it has been very, very helpful. Like, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I work, I'm a student. So how do I juggle all of this together? The tutoring center has been my miracle. Like, the flexible time, even on weekends, you find someone there up to, let's say, 9 p.m. in the evening, and there is someone for every subject. You find help with everything you need. And they're not just there, but they're also very passionate about helping you succeed. They're very friendly. They create that one-on-one platform for you. They have all your questions answered. So it kind of makes me better prepared for my quizzes, my exams. Nothing takes me by surprise, because with the tutoring, it's like I'm fully armed, I'm prepared. I'm not scared. I have that confidence to face my exams. I never really thought I could do as much as I'm doing right now. I'm a nursing major, and with maths, with stats, with chemistry, I used to have a bit of difficulty. But with tutoring, I'm doing it, and I'm doing it real good. I'm so happy I found the tutoring. So just make use of it as much as you can. I call them my miracle, my magic, and my treasure. So just use them. You'll succeed if you use them.
Thank you, James and Shirley. That was wonderful. We do offer the tutoring in math, accounting, chemistry, and writing lab. We're open the majority of the time, just like James and Shirley did say. So I hope that once you guys all become students at CSM, you guys utilize the tutoring as well. The next topic that we'll be experiencing or talking about is student experiences. And Kelsey and Ray would actually be talking about that today.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kelsey Clue, and I'm the current president of the La Plata Campus Student Association. I graduated high school in 2019 and started as a dual enrolled student here, and now I'm completing my second year and transferring in the fall. Deciding to be part of the Student Government Association has been one of the best decisions I made at CSM. It's made my college experience so great. No, not only do I get to work with some amazing people and role models, but I get to meet other students personally and see them get involved and enjoy the events we put together for them. Apart from being part of a student association and a full-time student here, I'm also an athlete at the college. CSM has 12 different sports teams, and you can learn all about them on our website. I had the opportunity last year to play volleyball in the fall and softball in the spring. It was a fun and exciting time, and I got to travel to so many different schools and make friends. And I had some amazing coaches that made our seasons really rewarding. Professors have always been helpful when it comes to conflicts, like leaving class early to catch game buses, and they're always so excited to hear how we're doing. Everyone working on our school's athletic department, they're absolutely amazing. They're always looking out for us and cheering us on. They created the PASS program to help our student athletes keep up with their academic work and goals. This means that teams have study halls, check-ins, and access to any tutoring that they might need. And if you need help, they're going to go to great lengths to make sure you get it. I would highly suggest joining a team here and consider joining SGA. They made my experience great, and I'm sad to leave it behind, but I'm excited for what's next. So if you have any questions, please ask me. I would love to help. Message me, email me, I'll answer any of your questions. Thank you guys so much for your time. I'm going to pass it over to Ray.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ray Misowski. First of all, I would like to welcome you to the College of Southern Maryland, where possibilities are endless. It's true, it's on our website. Anyways, my name is Ray Misowski again, and I currently serve as the secretary of the Student Association at the Prince Frederick campus. I am in my last semester in the accounting program, and I'm graduating next month. Yay. And despite of my busy life, I can say that that CSM was the best choice for me. Thanks to everyone in the admissions who helped me made sure that the process of me getting in was smooth sailing, because I was a green card holder. So the first time I decided I want to get in CSM, I kind of like hesitated because they might give me a hard time because, you know, I'm a green card holder. They might need more information from me, but it was smooth sailing. And I thank the admissions for that. I also thank them for scheduling helping me schedule my my courses, because since I am married, I had a job. I was in a full-time job, and I am a mother. So I was kind of hesitant to actually go back to school because I might not be able to make it. But honestly, I was able to push through it, and that's would not have been possible if not for the admissions and staff that helped me schedule everything. So I was able to get online courses, and I was able to be on track for the whole 2 years. And now I am graduating in May. See, yeah, I moved here 6 years ago, and Student Government Association's goal include increasing college unity. We want to create student leadership opportunity and involvement to the Southern Maryland community by organizing or promoting participation in community outreach or volunteer service programs for students on each campus and county. And we would like to increase student awareness and engagement in the Student Government Association and Campus Student Association and or events. Student Government Association links the student body to college administration. We hold events to celebrate holidays and, of course, Heritage Months. We have stress breaks like painting parties, which I really love. At the end of the semesters, we do those kind of things, fun stuff. In fact, we just had our spring fling event where we put together some fun games via Zoom. We just actually did a zombie apocalypse escape room and 3 different game shows where students won free money. SGA is a fantastic way to improve leadership skills, from planning events, running our campaigns for officer positions, or attending the leadership conferences. SGA offers many ways of expanding our abilities. If you are interested in attending our student events or getting involved with SGA, please check out our CSMD website, and I can send the link, which I think they're already there. That's the link for our SGA SGA portion of the CSM website, and I also send the calendar of events for Student Association. Thank you so much for your time, and if you have any questions, just let us know on the chat.
Thank you guys so much for talking about your student experiences. Personally, for me, when I was a student here, I actually attended a lot of the SGA events, and they are extremely fun. And it's a great way for students to socialize as well. So I just think that for students who want to come to CSM, the SGA events will be really fun as well. So we're moving on to our final video, but before we move on, I just want to give everybody, just want to reiterate that we do have closed captioning. That is an option, and it can be found down below in our options.
So you may know a degree or certification could serve as proof of your professional value. Actually, in some instances, even mid-semester progress can contribute to proving your worth. And with job security being more relevant than ever, even the most modest certifications can serve as a means of justifying employment. If you have aspirations to dive headfirst into a career, then networking opportunities such as internships and partner programs can potentially serve as a direct route to employment after or even during your education. Thank you for watching. Before we wrap up, let's make something clear. College ends when you say it does. It's never too late to get started, and nothing can hold you back from soaring into an amazing career.
All right, thank you guys all for attending our open house today. Please put any of your questions in the chat below so our moderators will be able to answer them as they come. If you have any questions after the event, you can actually reach us via email at askme@csmd.edu or give us a call at 301-934-2251. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you so much, Lisa.
Thank you.
Our first question this evening, what is the best way to connect with an advisor to discuss first semester schedules?
I can take that one.
Okay.
On our website, we have the advising contacts, but then you can also call us directly at 301-934-7574. Next week, we go into a full week of walk-ins where advisors are on walk-in. You just call that number and you'll go into a queue, and the first advisor that's available will be able to speak with you. And then you can also, if you're more comfortable with setting up an appointment, we do 45 minutes appointments, and that would be the week after that, starting the week of May 3rd.
One caveat to that is you need to make sure that you have all of your admissions documents completed first. You need to have applied to the college, and you also need to have submitted your SAT, ACT scores, or your high school transcript. And if you are a student that has graduated beyond 2 years and beyond, then you will need to take the placement exam to help us demonstrate and figure out where the best placement is for you to start classes.
Great. I'm going to group our next two questions together here because they're similar. We have a question that asks, will we be able to choose how we want our classes to be like when we went over those class modalities? Can we choose to take RTT classes? And that second question is very similar. It says, can we choose how we want our classes to be? How do we sign up for the one we want? Well, I'm happy to let you know that we have a course catalog that shows you all of our sections that we have available for each semester, for each course. So you're able to look through and see what our offerings are for each course and pick and choose the one that's available that you prefer out of those offerings.
Advisors also help you with something called student planning. We have software that we use that helps you plan your classes. And it also shows you a schedule that Lee was talking about, where it would show you, if you wanted to do the real-time technology or a hybrid, or if you want to do, we have them in different periods of time too. You can take a 7-week course, or you can take a 15-week course, and we help you schedule that. So through the student planning software, we help you see your entire degree, but then also plan per semester. And actually it is really, we're trying to teach you how to do that process yourself. So, sitting with an advisor, and learning that process, and then maybe even the next semester, you can do that whole process yourself.
All right, so the next question was actually answered privately, so I'm going to skip that one. So the very next question is, I applied and got accepted already. I plan on being a music teacher in the future. Should I go through the music path or the education path?
And I believe Shaniza has answered that student privately. So Madison, check your communications from Professor Kazim. There are a couple of links there in the chat from to student life, athletics, and student clubs and organizations.
Great. Our next question is, if you were accepted to a school but decided to attend CSM instead and then transfer, how do you address that with the school?
I responded already. They have to direct that to the actual school because it would be upon the school's policy if they hold their scholarships and or admissions.
Thank you.
And I did get another question is, do they have fine arts like music and art? So yes, Lindsay, we do have fine arts, music and art programs. You can find those in our Associate of Arts and Sciences degree program in the Arts and Sciences Guided Pathways.
Oh, okay, thank you. I just wanted to know because I wonder if there are like high honor classes instead of dual enrollment because it could be hard. I was thinking about it.
Yeah, so our dual enrollment is for students that are still in high school that want to be college students as well as high school students.
Okay. But do they have honor classes as well?
We are just
High honors?
starting an honors curriculum this year. It should be posted here on our website very soon, but we are starting an honors curriculum this year. Yes.
Right. And I do want to ask our audience, just please make sure to ask your questions in the chat. We'll be happy to answer them in the order that they come. So please make sure you can post your questions in the chat there. I have a question here. Is there going to be a way that we can find a recording of this open house? How can we get a copy of that recording?
I am recording it and I will be posting it on our open house website. So it will take a bit for our video team to be able to edit it and then post it onto our website. So where you RSVP tonight at www.csmd.edu/open house, it will be posted there. And fancy me, I will also email you a link to where you'll be able to view the open house on our website. So I'll be sending that out to everybody who has RSVP'd this evening.
Okay, when are we supposed to meet with an advisor to register for classes?
So I think Shelby already answered some of that. You want to make sure that you have met with admissions first and you've sent in, your SATs and all your good scores that you need. The other thing is if you take AP classes in high school and you take those exams, once the exam, record is available, then you can send that over to get AP, to have that score sheet looked at and evaluated towards AP credit. So then once all that is done, then you're ready to meet with an academic advisor and you can schedule an appointment or you can come in as a walk-in.
Nancy, our next question. I noticed that there are certain programs for each school that you partner with for transfers. Is it only good for those programs? What if you want to transfer for a different program?
Okay, the articulated agreements that we have those are between, like, for instance, University of Maryland College Park. We have articulated agreements between CSM and UMD in particular fields, like maybe like business administration. But if you want to go into a different field that we don't have an articulated agreement with, then we would just work with you and that college. Like I can give you an example, like a student the other day wanted to go to Florida State University. And so we got on the Florida State University website. We looked at the courses that are in the major that the student was interested in, and we aligned the classes at CSM towards transferring there. We also help you, as Ambreen was telling you during our presentation, to know when those applicable dates are, like applying, the example, dates for applying for scholarships, applying to the college, and we help you through that process.
Also, you want to make sure that you look at the articulation agreements, and some of the schools actually have general articulation agreements. So there's general admission. So you can be admitted to the institution and then major in what you want to major in after you get in.
Great. So we have a question. How soon can our upcoming high school grad apply to CSM? You can apply as soon as tonight. I encourage you to apply right after we get off of this meeting here. You go to our website and we have a get started link. You can click on that and find out exactly how to apply. We have a link where you can apply directly online through our website tonight.
Right. And the next question, what classes are available for dual enrollment high school students? So for that, it will depend on the classes, what classes the student is eligible for. And if the student is using it for high school graduation, it depends on what they still need. So I would encourage students who are interested in dual enrollment to reach out to their county enrollment coordinators. And we can put that information in the chat, but to reach out to their county enrollment coordinators so a specific conversation can be had about requirements and how to participate.
Our next question, I applied, so when will I get information on my application? If you did apply to the college, we are working on processing your application. You can always reach out to our admissions department if you want to discuss the status of that application, and we would be glad to help.
We have a question for our financial aid department here. It says, if you receive a scholarship, does it transfer to one of the partner schools, or would you have to apply for scholarship opportunities all over again?
I answered that already too, but just so that everyone knows, it depends on the requirements of that scholarship. Most scholarships cannot be transferred between schools, but if it's an outside scholarship coming from an outside source, it possibly can be transferred, but you would have to check with the guidelines for that, for those funds.
All right, how do we sign up / take the placement test? So for that is, there's an online form to schedule an appointment. We are currently allowing students to take the placement test at home remotely, or you can come to one of the campuses to take the classes. So you can access the testing site from our website that has all this information on it, and I will include that in the chat as well.
Tasha, I have linked that, the testing information.
Our next question, perhaps advising could help us with this one. Do you offer internship programs within the disciplines locally?
We actually do. We have some co-ops that are embedded into some of the programs. We also have some internships that are embedded. Like for instance, the Human Service Associate of Applied Science has a co-op that's part of it.
Great. Our next question is about our program offerings. Does CSM have a sports medicine trade?
Sports medicine trade? Is that the question?
Yes.
Yeah, we have sports health management. The other programs, they are in our program list. So it's not exact same program, but we do have sports health management program.
How can we change our major after we already applied and were accepted?
I can take this question. So if by the time you're filling out application and you don't know the major, and once you get accepted and you want to change the major, you meet with your advisor. We have an online form that you fill out and submit it to us, and then we can discuss not only change the program, because sometimes you don't know if that program you're asking for, it has multiple maths coming and you're not aware of that. So we make sure that you understand when you're requesting for major showing, that is it something that you would like to continue.
Our next question is, if I already paid for a CEC class in interior design, which starts in June, will it count towards my degree program, which starts in the fall? For this question, I would recommend reaching out to an academic advisor to address this directly so that they can best advise to your individual situation.
Our next question is, what days do we need to come to the college or the Zoom meetings? That would depend on the class that you choose to take. We have different classes, class sections that are available on different dates and times. We've mentioned that a little bit earlier. You can see those options in a catalog in student planning, and you would pick the courses that you prefer to take. So you could build a schedule to your preference.
Okay, so I think we already addressed the high honors classes question. Are we going to be able to take summer classes? Yes, summer registration is open now, so you can sign up for summer classes. Just make sure you have all of your admissions documents in order and in place with the college, and we can assist you with getting registered for summer classes.
Great. Our next question, perhaps someone from Student Life and Activities might be able to help us out with this one. If you are on a specific pathway like STEM, can you still participate in clubs that are in fine arts or something else?
Yes, you can participate in any club that you might be interested in, or in the Student Government Association or the individual student associations for each campus. So yes, certainly we encourage you to do that.
And we have another club-related question. Are there any music-associated clubs?
We actually do not have any music clubs this academic year, but that doesn't mean that you couldn't start one when you came to the campus. We're always looking for new clubs and organizations, and it's super easy to do. You just go to our website and go to the Student Life webpage, and there is a section there where you can start a new club or organization. All you need a CSM advisor, which can be any type of employee or faculty member. And then you need 10 students who think the club is a good idea, not necessarily club members. And then you use that list to build your club base during the academic year. And then on top of that, you create your officers, your president, your vice president, secretary, and treasurer. And once you have all of those people identified, we go through your eligibility and get you going and get your club started for you.
We have all the links there in the chat.
So the next question, and I'm not sure if we have the answer to this, but are there any upcoming cybersecurity information sessions planned? You know?
I don't think we have any cybersecurity information sessions planned, but an enrollment coordinator or an advisor can help you pick out the courses. You can also explore our website and our catalog to learn more about the learning outcomes for cybersecurity.
Our next question is, what is the deadline for picking a major and classes? We would encourage you to meet with an advisor and an enrollment coordinator early on in the registration process, but we can consistently work with you all throughout the summer to help you get set up for the fall semester.
And we've covered some questions about dual enrollment class opportunities. So our next question is, if we've taken the SAT, we don't have to take the placement exam, correct? Well, not necessarily. It depends on how you performed on the SAT or the ACT. I would certainly encourage you to submit those documents to us or to show us those in a meeting with an enrollment coordinator or an advisor. We can let you know if those are acceptable scores to waive the placement test. Otherwise, we will want to take the placement exam.
Or you could submit your high school transcript. We're looking at students that are very successful. And if you have taken or are in an AP course now, we would probably consider you a fairly a successful student with who's used to rigor. So you can submit your high school transcript and we can evaluate that based off of your cumulative GPA.
Okay, the next question is about the SAT tests on May 8th, scheduled to take it at CSM. Will it be in person as scheduled? As of right now, I'm going to say yes, but you should get some information from the college as well as College Board in regards to the tests itself and what you need to bring, provide, and all of that good stuff. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take the next one. Do homeschoolers have to take the SAT or ACT or any other tests in order to be accepted? So you do not have to take the SAT or ACT. If you do not have those scores, then you would have to take the CSM placement test to determine course eligibility. And you can sign up for the test, again, from the link that is in the chat that takes you to the Testing Center's webpage.
All right, it looks like our next question was also about taking the SAT or ACT. If you haven't already done so, your enrollment coordinator can help you with finding the best way for you to demonstrate college readiness. So feel free to reach out to us and we'd be glad to assist. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next question as well. When does registration open for fall 2021 classes? Our registration for new students opens on Friday, April 30th.
Great. And our next question is there a theater drama club at CSM? I know we've posted the link to the list of student clubs and organizations a couple times here, but if anyone from Student Life wants to answer that as well.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lee. We currently do not have a theater or drama club or art club at CSM right now, but we've had those clubs in previous years. I think it's just really hard when we're not physically on campus for the students to gather together. But that does not mean that we cannot have it in our next academic year. Please, please, please create these clubs. We welcome any club or organization. Thank you.
All right, well, I'm Shelby Potts. I'm the Director of Admissions here at the college. I'm so thankful that you all attended this evening. I hope you were able to get a lot of great information. If you still have questions, our telephone number is on the screen. Our email address is on the screen. I've also shared the email addresses for all three of our enrollment coordinators, as well as we haven't shared Lisa Dixon's email contact information, but she was our host this evening. She did a great job. So if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can find us in any social media application. So we welcome you to engage with us that way. I see one last question.
Like it's a fast track.
Lisa, since you're our fast track, would you take that, please?
Yes. So if you are doing a career for an associate's degree and you're on the fast track, it takes about 15 to 18 months to actually complete your degree. Typically, any student who are fast tracking the programs, it takes about, in a semester, you're doing about 3 courses per mini semester, so 7-week fully online. And then you'll continue in the second mini. So you're taking 6 classes fully online. And that allows you to do maybe 15 to 18 months. So you're seeing maybe from like spring of 2020 to fall of 2022 as your completion. And there is one more. If I'm already enrolled for a CEC class, do I have to contact Ms. Latasha Baker or just continue on my pathway?
Latasha, you want to take that one?
If you're just taking the CEC classes, you can just continue on your pathway. If you want to talk about how to transition to credit classes, then you can definitely contact me so we can talk about that.
Great. Thank you all so very much for attending this evening. We look forward to having you all as new Hawks or continuing Hawks if you are doing dual enrollment classes. And Like I said, we're always here and available to assist with you. I want to thank all of our presenters this evening. Did an awesome job. I want to thank our students as well. Thank you so much to our students who provided testimonial to our awesome tutoring center, as well as the wonderful activities that Student Life has for our students to keep them engaged and provide some fun in life. Life is not all about work. We do need to have some fun. So with that, I want to thank you all. Have a wonderful evening. We look forward to seeing you on campus. Fingers crossed.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, thank you.
You're very welcome.